Section 1. A Twisted Lens, the Ku Klux Klan, and American Media. The history of the Ku Klux Klan is deeply intertwined with the history of American media. From its inception, the Klan has understood the power of image and narrative. This essay will explore the ways in which the KKK has used, manipulated, and been shaped by various forms of media throughout the 20th century. We will examine specific periods including the 1920s, the era of the birth of a nation in 1915, and the 1970s, to understand the evolving relationship between this hate group and the media landscape. The Klan's story is not just about violence and intimidation, it's also about the calculated use of propaganda to spread fear and influence public opinion. By examining the Klan's media strategies, we can better understand how extremist ideologies take root and flourish. Furthermore, we can learn valuable lessons about the importance of media literacy and the responsibility of journalists in covering hate groups. The Klan's impact on American media is undeniable. From shaping perceptions of race and history, to influencing public discourse on immigration and social change, the KKK has left a dark stain on the fabric of American society. This essay argues that understanding the KKK's relationship with media is crucial for combating hate and intolerance in the present day. Section 2. The Klan's Public Face, Respectability and Recruitment in the 1920s. The 1920s saw a resurgence of the Ku Klux Klan, which re-emerged as a potent force in American society. Unlike its earlier incarnation, the Second Klan sought to present a more respectable public image. This involved a calculated shift towards public relations and media manipulation. No longer content with operating solely in the shadows, the Klan of the 1920s understood the power of publicity. The Klan held public rallies and parades, often in broad daylight, to project an image of order and respectability. They courted media attention, using newspapers to advertise their events and disseminate their message to a wider audience. This marked a significant departure from the secrecy and violence that had characterized the Klan's earlier activities. This strategic use of media was highly effective in boosting recruitment. The Klan established women's auxiliaries and even children's groups, aiming to normalize their hateful ideology and present themselves as a mainstream social movement. By portraying themselves as protectors of traditional values and defenders of white Protestant America, the Klan successfully appealed to anxieties about social change and economic uncertainty. The Klan's success in the 1920s demonstrates the power of media in shaping public perception. Their sophisticated use of public relations tactics allowed them to sanitize their image and gain a foothold in mainstream American society. This period serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of media manipulation and the importance of critical thinking in the face of propaganda. Section 3. Birth of a Nation, Birth of Hate, Cinema as a Tool of Terror. The year 1915 marked a turning point in the Klan's history with the release of D.W. Griffith's film, The Birth of a Nation. This cinematic masterpiece of its time was also a deeply racist and historically inaccurate portrayal of the Reconstruction era. The film glorified the Klan as a heroic force protecting white Southerners from the perceived threat of newly emancipated black citizens. Griffith's film was a powerful piece of propaganda that had a profound impact on American society. It romanticized the antebellum South and demonized black Americans, reinforcing existing racial prejudices and igniting a resurgence of the Ku Klux Klan. The film's sympathetic portrayal of the Klan helped to legitimize their ideology and attract new members. The Birth of a Nation was a commercial success, drawing huge audiences across the country. Its impact extended far beyond the cinema screen, shaping public opinion and influencing political discourse on race relations for decades to come. The film's legacy is a stark reminder of the power of cinema as a tool for both entertainment and indoctrination. The film's release coincided with a period of heightened racial tension and social change in the United States. The Great Migration of African Americans from the South to northern cities was underway, leading to increased competition for jobs and housing. The Birth of a Nation exploited these anxieties, offering a simplistic and dangerous narrative that blamed black Americans for the nation's problems. Section 4. The Klan on Camera Sensationalism and Normalization in the 1970s. The 1970s witnessed another resurgence of Klan activity in the United States. This period also saw a significant shift in media coverage of the group. The rise of television news and the increasing demand for sensationalist stories provided the Klan with new opportunities for publicity. While media coverage of the Klan was often critical, it also inadvertently gave them a platform to air their views and spread their message to a wider audience. The sight of Klansmen in their white robes and hoods, often shown on evening news broadcasts, became a disturbingly familiar image in American homes. This era also saw the Klan attempting to use media to their advantage. They distributed pamphlets, produced their own radio shows, and even sought out interviews with journalists. Their goal was to normalize their ideology and present themselves as a legitimate political force. The 1970s offer important lessons about the complex relationship between media coverage and extremist groups. While it is crucial to expose and denounce hate groups, it is equally important to avoid amplifying their message or inadvertently normalizing their views. The challenge for journalists is to report on these groups responsibly, providing context and analysis while avoiding sensationalism. Throughout its history, the Ku Klux Klan has skillfully exploited social anxieties to bolster its ranks. By tapping into fears of economic instability, racial integration, and cultural change, the Klan positioned itself as a protector of traditional values. These tactics not only attracted new members but also created an environment where their extreme views could gain traction. Media coverage played a crucial role in the expansion of the Klan. Newspapers, radio broadcasts, and even films often sensationalized the Klan's activities, inadvertently providing them with free publicity. This coverage helped to normalize their presence in American society, allowing them to spread their message more effectively. The Klan's leaders were adept at using media to their advantage, presenting themselves as defenders of American ideals while masking their true intentions. The origins of the Klan can be traced back to the Reconstruction era, where they first emerged as a reactionary force against the progress of African Americans. Over time, their focus shifted to include anti-immigrant rhetoric, capitalizing on the fears of a changing demographic landscape. By positioning themselves against new waves of immigrants, the Klan sought to unify their members under a banner of xenophobia and nationalism. This shift allowed them to remain relevant in a rapidly evolving society. The legacy of the Klan's media manipulation continues to have modern implications. Their ability to use media to spread hate and fear set a precedent for future extremist groups. Today we see similar tactics employed across various platforms, from social media to news outlets. Understanding the Klan's historical use of media can help us recognize and counteract these strategies in our current landscape. It's a reminder